Hey guys, we're back again with some cool stuff. We've been cleaning up the shop, trying to get it organized for the user group meeting tomorrow. But we can't do much work because we keep finding all kind of cool stuff. I've got stuff laying everywhere that we've been pulling out, bunches of floppies and all kind of stuff laying everywhere. But anyway, I came across this TrumpCard 500. It's a hard drive add-on for the 500, of course, and it does work. I'll take it apart here and show you what we got in here. I've already taken the screws out, but it's got an old Quantum hard drive in here. And so what I wanted to do was I want to take this hard drive and replace it with a good old SCSI2SD card. Now I've used these in hard drives for the Commodore 64, the CMD drives and the Thunder drives, stuff like that. But I've never put one in an external hard drive add-on like this, or any type of hard drive for the Amiga. So I'm curious to see how it goes. So we'll go over here to computer and I'll show you how to set this up and set the card up. Basically, it's going to be the same thing as setting up a compact flash card. And I'm sure most of you guys know how to do that, so I won't go through all the steps. But I'll show you how to set up an SD card, and we'll go from there. So we're going to set up the SCSI2SD board. Now this is an older board. It is a version 5.0B. I've got some newer ones, but I'm going to use this one just because I think it's my last one. So we'll use it in there for a test dummy, see how it goes. Plus it's already got the right Molex connector here. The other one, new ones have the smaller one for the floppy drive connector style. So let's program this and set it up on how it needs to be. You need to download the SCSI2SD utility. It's online, you can find it easy, Google search. I'm gonna open it up, and the newest version of that is I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in here to my micro USB. Okay, the newest version has the it's not responding. I should have plugged it in first. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, here we go. Now it's working. Okay, it's got this little mark right here. It says enable the SCSI terminator. You see this for version 5.1 only, so we're going to uncheck that to begin with. Alright, we'll go to device 1, and we're going to set it up as SCSI ID 0, hard drive. I put check, I don't change anything. Click on the auto here. We're going to change the device size to 8 gigabytes. That's the size of the SD card I have. And that's all you have to do to set it up. You're going to go up to File, go down to Save to Device. Now, if you look at the device, you can see it's flashing, it's doing its thing here. And that's it for setting it up. It's really simple. Okay, so now setting up the SD card it's a little more involved. It's got a few more steps. I'm going to put it in my reader here. I'll show you the first thing that you need to do, because it's going to pop up. It's going to say, hey, you got to, this is formatted for use with Windows, and we don't want that. So we got to go to our command prompt. We're going to right click on it and run as administrator. Okay, now you just type in disk partitioning tool. Okay, takes it a second, and we get our prompt here. So we're gonna list disk. Okay, this shows our disk, and if you see right here, disk 2 is the 8 gigabyte card we just stuck in there. So that's what we're going to work with, is disk 2. So we're going to select disk 2. Okay, it says it is selected. So now we're going to clean it. I thought I ran it as administrator. Okay, it gives you that error if you're not running as administrator. Let's go back and try this one more time. Sorry, guys. All right, we try to clean again, and it says it did it again. So I don't know. Okay, I just had to kind of start all over again. So we went through our steps of selecting disk 2. See, it still gave me an error one time, but when I reloaded everything, it actually let me do it. It says it's successful. So if we clean it one more time, see, it's clean. So that's what you should see. You might have to do it like me and have to mess with it a time or two to get it to do it. So now the disk is ready to mount up in the Win UAE, the Amiga emulator. And of course you got to go through all this of selecting your ROM and everything. You're going to do it just like you've set up your compact flash cards in the past or anything like that. It's the exact same process. You go through, you set up your chips, and you mount the new drive, you format it, and you load a Workbench onto it. So I'm going to run through that. There's tons of videos showing you how to do that. I'm not going to repeat that, but just you prepare the SD card just like you would a compact flash card. No difference. When you go, I will show you one thing just to make sure. When you go to hit add hard drive to set it up, you're going to choose the 7.5 because mine's 8. Yours will be different. And then it says generic USB 3.0, and that's because I got it in my USB reader here. So if you're using something like that, you'll see that and you'll know that's what you got. So we're going to click it, and that's, you'll set it up as there'll be other options in here because you'll have it all set up just like you do with your compact flash. And then you'll add the hard drive, and it's ready to go. So that's what you do. Get your Workbench put on there and ready to go, and we'll stick that in the SCSI2SD board here, and we'll put it in there and see what happens. So we got our SCSI2SD board hooked in here. You hook it in just like you would a mechanical hard drive. Got my top sitting over here so we can see the activity lights, all plugged into the beat up old test 500 here, and hit the power switch. And as long as we see a little green activity LED here in a second, yeah, there we go, it's loading up. So I've got Workbench on here, so it should boot right into Workbench, and it did. And we got something funky happening here to part the second partition. It could be a bad SD card, there's no telling. We'll reformat it and see what happens. Do a quick format. And we got activity, so it's doing it. That's good. Yeah, okay, it did it. So we got our hard drive number 2, and we got 3.5 gigs there. And this is where all our Workbench stuff is. And it looks good to go. So yeah, brought a little bit of new life into this old TrumpCard 500 here. I don't know if I'll leave this in here. I just wanted to do it because I thought it'd be fun try it, see if I could do it. But it's not real difficult. Like I said, set the SD card up just like you would a compact flash card for the internal hard drives on the 1200, stuff like that. And it works. I don't have any trouble. So there you go.